What is going on, everybody? It's the Fade and Fire, and here we're going to be with another learning Tekken video. Now this one, I really didn't want to get that advanced with the first couple videos, but since grabbing is such a big part of Tekken, I thought I'd go ahead and already add it in to the second part of learning Tekken. So this time we're going to learn about breaking grabs. A lot of people say Tekken, but I don't think that's the right term in Tekken. I think it's called breaking. So we're going to be talking about breaking grabs. When people first get into Tekken, because grabbing is such a huge deal in Tekken, because you're always so close quarters with your opponent. From other games, you could be zoning or using zoning abilities, or sometimes the models are much smaller and it's not 3D, so you're not always just on each other's head. But in Tekken, you're always very close to each other. So a lot of instances you will be grabbed. And it's very, 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 very important that you learn how to break those grabs. So for now, we're just going to go with how to break the good old traditional grabs. The 1-3s, the 1+3s, the 2+4s, and the 1+2s. There are very situational ones where they come from the side. You cannot tech grabs. You cannot break grabs when they grab you from behind. But when they come from the sides, and some people have special grabs, like King has a bunch of special grabs, and other characters. I think Asuka has one, but we'll get into those in a later video. So I see a lot of people having problem with breaking grabs, so we're just gonna get it out the way. So say when you load into one of the games, it tells you that to break a grab, you have to press the corresponding button. Now that's good, but a lot of people are like, corresponding buttons to what? Sometimes I don't know what grab they're even doing. They could be doing 1+2, they could be doing 1+3, they could be doing 2+4. So what, how do I know which grab they're doing? And we'll get into that. But right now we're just gonna talk about how to tech the good old, break the good old grabs. We're just gonna get into the real basics of it. So when somebody grabs you, you have a short amount of time to break it. It's a little faster than I would think, Injustice and other games like that. But it is still a short amount of time. The amount of frames you have to press the buttons that they press, or the corresponding buttons, is very, very quick. So you have to have an eye to it. But whenever you do get grabbed, it has a hit effect. If they have a different hit effect, like it's purple or green, grabs do have hit effects. So that is one good way to see if you're getting grabbed or not. Now, about pressing the corresponding buttons, you only need to press one for certain grabs. So if they're doing the 1+3 grab, you only need to press one. If they're doing the 2+4, you only need to press 2. If they're doing the 1+2, you need to press 1 and 2 at the same time. And if you don't know the number to button translations, I've told you guys about that in the past video, so you guys should know. But if you guys don't know, just put it in the comment section. I'll make sure to answer your question. So breaking grabs is really, really difficult at times, right? If they do special grabs, or if they're just grabbing you all the time, it's really easy to do. If they're just going for grabs and grabs and grabs and grabs, like on Alisa, I love this one grab, so I just go for it all the time, and it actually gets me killed a lot. But I just love it so much, I just always want to get it. So I throw it out there more than I would on any other character, just because I like to see the animation for the grab. And that grab is a 1-2 grab. So they would also have to press 1-2 as soon as they see me grab them. But so you only have a little bit of frames to get the grab in, and you need to be quick. If you're not quick now, you will be quick later. It comes with experience, just like everything else. but there is certain ways to see what grab they do. So if they're doing a 1+3 grab and you think it's a 1+2, and you're like, well, I don't know, I thought it was a 1+3. How do I tell which grab is which? There's a special way to see it. So say if somebody does the most grabs I see are the 1+3s. So say if somebody does a 1+3, 1+3 will go about to your shoulders. They go real high on the person's body. So whenever somebody throws a 1+3 grab, it'll go very high on that person's body. So if somebody does a 1+3 grab, I'm gonna press 1. And you can't press 1+2 just to be safe, but usually you want to. You can't just press 1+3 just to be safe, but usually you just want to press that button real quick and get out of the grab. So when somebody does a 1+2 grab, it's gonna be very high on your body. So if I do, just right there, I did a 1+2. 1+2 goes really high. It goes even higher than 1+3. So 1+3 is usually a standing grab. You usually have to be standing to do it, and you're going to see them go about to your shoulders. They're going to try to grab your arms. Now when they grab you, if they do grab you, press 1 real quick. As soon as they make contact with you, press 1. You do have a couple frames to do it, but just press 1 and you'll get out of it. Now just as you saw, if you need to see it again, rewind. And Alisa's diagonal down. He shot the gun at me. But Alisa's diagonal down 1-2 grab goes really high. It reaches to their head. And if you try to tech that with 1 or 2 or 1+2, or if you try to tech that with 1 and 2, it will not work. The reason it will not work is because 1+2 grabs can only be broken with 1+2 inputs. 1+3 grabs can be broken with 1. 2+4 grabs can be broken with 2. So you really need to get that down, and you have to work on it. So if they do a 1+3 grab, because that's the most grabs I've seen done. That's especially if the person you're fighting is new to Tekken and they just want to grab you because they're just trying to learn how to grab or whatever. That's usually what they'll go with. Is the 1+3. It's the easiest input to put in on a controller, and considering they don't have special grabs with other characters. So 1+3, you'll generally see that. 1+3 goes very high on the shoulders. You'll see they'll always be standing when they do it, and they'll press 1-3 and they'll reach out right for your shoulders. So to break that, you can't press 1-2 at the same time, because it'll just put the inputs in, and it'll be like, alright, he broke it. But if you do press them simultaneously, it will not work. But I love that move right there. That move is hilarious. Where you like drill in with Alisa. I love that move so much. But so when they reach high for your shoulders, press 1. So that's the general rule with the 1+3 grab. The 2+4 goes lower. So if they do a 2+4 grab, it'll go lower around your stomach area. They'll kind of do either a crouching motion, or they'll just reach real low on your stomach area and try to grab you. Now when they do this, you press 2. And again, you can't press 1 and 2 at the same time or you won't break it. But so you press 2. So that's the general rule to seeing the grabs. Now people do have arm technique, where if the left arm comes up first, then it's a 1-3 grab. If the right arm comes up first, then it's a 1-4. I think that's a little harder to see than looking at where they throw their hands. And if it's a 1-2, both arms will come up at the same time. You can use that method. That's a good method. If you like that method more, then I suggest you use that. But I like to use a method visually. It's a little more lenient when you're looking for it, you know, where they grab you. If they grab you a little higher, if they grab you a little lower, then it's easier to see for me. So let's get into 1+2s. The 1+2s will go really high. They'll go past your shoulders. It's kind of like the grab in your head. That's where the 1+2s generally go. Yeah, like I said, we're gonna get into special grabs and other things like that in another video. So, breaking grabs, and you should know how what to do when your grabs get broken. When your grabs get broken, there really is, you know, you guys are kind of back at the neutral. So if you just start spamming buttons after your grab gets broken, you most likely will get punished for it, because you know there is a stun animation after your grab gets broken. So don't just go into mashing buttons after your grab gets broken. So if you grab someone and they break it, kind of just calm down. I think he was having some technical issues right here, so we kind of just stopped. But so if your grab gets broken, calm down. You know, just get your space in. You know, get everything back in order, and get ready for the fight again. So that's what you should do if your grab gets broken. So let's go over everything one more time. If it's a 1+3 grab, you press 1. If it's a 2+4, you press 2. If it's a 1+2 grab, you have to press 1+2. If you just press 1, it won't work. If you just press 2, you won't break it. And like I said, the way that I generally see it is 1+3. They go about shoulder length. That's the grab that's most done online. It's a 1+3 where they go at the shoulders. You know, they'll grab your arms. See, there goes my 1+2 grab right there. If he would press 1 and 2 at the same time, he would have broke it. You know, they generally go to the shoulders, and the 1+3, that means the 2+4s, they go lower. They go about, you know, stomach area. That's where they usually go. So, but you know, you won't get everything at the beginning of it. You will have to see, you know, you will have to get some experience, you know, unless they're just throwing out grabs like crazy, you know, then it's easy to tech and you can work on your teching. But make sure you just know the specific inputs instead of just, you know, just mashing whenever somebody grabs you. As soon as they grab you, know the specific inputs and learn, you know, what time to press it, how it looks, and different things like that. But that is the end of this video, guys, for breaking grabs. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and breaking grabs is very important, so I hope you guys do learn it. And that is all I got for you guys this one. I will see you in the next video.
KO.